So this morning we'll read from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1. Prabhupada said everything was placed in the first canto. So much nectar in the first canto, isn't it? So nice. Chapter 16. How Prakrit received the age of Kali, text number 2. You guys ready? 1:16:2. Sa uttarasya stanayam upayema hiravatim janame jayadhim chaturas tasyam utpadayat sutan sa uttarasya tanayam upayema iravatim janame jayadhim chaturas tasyam utpadayat sutan uttarasya tanayam iravatim tasyam utpadayat sutan sa he uttarasya of King Uttara Tanayam daughter Upayeme married Iravatim Iravati Janame Jaya Adin headed by Maharaj Janame Jaya Jajara 4 Tasyam in her Utpadayat begot Sutan sons. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. King Parikshit married the daughter of King Uttara and begot 4 sons, headed by Maharaj Janmejaya. Purport: Maharaj Uttara was the son of Virata and maternal uncle of Maharaj Parikshit. Now Virata, he was the one that where the Pandavas stayed, right? He stayed in his kingdom. In that period, they were in hiding for a year. That's where Bhima killed that demon that was harassing Draupadi. Yeah. And where Arjuna was teaching dancing. Iravati, being the daughter of Maharaj Uttara, was the cousin sister of Maharaj Parikshit. But cousin brothers and sisters were allowed to get married if they did not belong to the same gotra or family. In the Vedic system of marriage, the importance of gotra or family was stressed. You know where a gotra is? In ISKCON. Achyuta. Achyuta gotra, Prabhupada said. In the Vaishnava line, our gotra is. In the Vedic system of marriage, the importance of gotra or family was stressed. Arjuna also married Subhadra, although she was his maternal cousin sister. Janamejaya, one of the Rajarsi kings, and the famous son of Maharaj Parikshit. His mother's name was Iravati, or according to some, Madravati. Maharaj Janmejaya begot 2 sons of the names Gyan Hanika, and Sankukarna. He celebrated several sacrifices in the Kurukshetra pilgrimage site, and he had three younger brothers named Shrutasen, Ugrasen, and Bhimasen II. I wonder if he was as strong as Bhima. He invaded Takshala on Junta, and he decided to avenge the unlawful curse upon his great father, Maharaj Parikshit. He performed a great sacrifice called Sarpa Yagya to kill the race of serpents. I tell you, a lot of people would have been happy if that just kept on going. Because snakes, they kill so many people. They're amongst entities that are famous for being envious, snakes. They got the poison from Lord Shiva, right? And then they got, what else? Scorpions, snakes. It's okay. Scorpions, snakes, spiders. So a lot of people wouldn't have minded if that sacrifice kept going. I think it's, and there's some islands where there's no snakes. I think in New Zealand there's no snakes.
The whole of New Zealand?
Huh?
The whole of New Zealand?
Yeah, I think there's a snake on there.
Wow.
I've heard. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'll finish that bit. That's it. He performed a great sacrifice called Sarpa Yaga to kill the race of serpents, including the Takshaka, which had bitten his father to death. On request from many influential demigods and sages, he had to change his decision to kill the race of snakes. But despite stopping the sacrifice, he satisfied everyone concerned in the sacrifice by rewarding them properly. In the ceremony, Mahamuni Vyasadeva also was present, and he personally narrated the history of the battle of Kurukshetra before the king. Later on, by the order of Vyasadeva, his disciple, Vaisampayana narrated before the king the subject matter of Mahabharata. He was much affected by his great father's untimely death and was very anxious to see him again. He expressed his desire before the great sage Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva also fulfilled his desire. His father was present before him, and he worshipped both his father and Vyasadeva with great respect and pomp. Being fully satisfied, he most munificently gave charity to the Brahmanas present at the sacrifice. Om Jnana-Tamarandasya Jnana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Jina Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha Bhagavatam Pangmangarite Yat Kripataraham Mande Shri Gurum Dyanadaranam Vanchikavati Vischa Kripa Sindhudeva Champatitanam Bhavane Vaishnavinam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So Maharaj Parikshit, he was such a great devotee that when Ashwatthama, he threw the Brahmastra, he was protected. Krishna went and he protected him. And he actually saw the Lord. And the name Prickett means, was it he who was searching?
Yeah.
Examining. Now, where is that person? No, that's not him. Where is he? No, that's not him. What examining? Where is he? So he was a very exalted devotee to be in the line of the Pandavas. And it's described that when he was cursed to die in 7 days, he didn't lament. Immediately thought, okay, now I got to get serious. Because he's already serious. So he decided to go and hear about the absolute truth. Generally, here in America and all over the world, when someone finds out they're going to die, what do? I got a week to live. All right, I'm going to live it up. Go to Disney World, go to Disneyland, go and party it up. Just try to live it up as much as I can. That's it, man. This is my last, the last bit of my existence. They think, but not Maharaj Pariksit. He said, "Let me hear." And it's described in the Bhagavatam that he heard with rapt attention and didn't sleep, didn't eat, didn't drink for 7 days. And same with everybody there. Imagine, this is another age. We would all die, probably. But they were just in rapt attention. Prabhupada says in one purport that if one hears with rapt attention the Srimad Bhagavatam, that one can see Krishna on every page. But to hear with rapt attention, one has to be pure in mind. To be pure in mind, one has to be pure in action. And to be pure in action, one has to be pure in eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. So it's very interesting that to hear with rapt attention, we have to be pure in these 4 activities. Like I know Vaisheshika Prabhu, whenever he's got this program, whenever they take prasad, they chant all these verses. I think, I don't know, maybe it's about 5 minutes of verses, Yeah. Just appreciation of prasadam. It's not an ordinary thing. We're not just chowing down. It's prasad seva. And Prabhupada, practically, whenever he would honor prasadam, he would eat alone. One devotee, he was serving Prabhupada, and he would bring the prasadam and leave. But one day he wanted to just be there when Prabhupada's honoring. So he set the prasad down. Then he just kind of waited next to the door. And Prabhupada looked at him and said, "That's okay." And he got the message, time to go. So it was an intimate thing. Krishna, honoring prasadam. Sometimes it's hard to see that because we grew up just chowing down. Now it's a whole other thing. Now it's Krishna. The prasadam is actually Krishna, honored with great respect. So eating and sleeping, of course we get enough sleep so that we're rested enough to do seva. Prabhupada said 6 to 7. One time he said 8. Some devotees need a little bit extra. But Prabhupada, he would sleep maybe 3 or 4. And whenever he would lay down to take rest, he would tell the servant, not every time maybe, but he would tell the servant that, now I'm wasting time. Now I'm going to waste time sleeping. It's amazing consciousness, Everybody else thinks, all right, now go into luxury sleep. and don't like to be interrupted, like Muchukunda. A lot of people are like Muchukunda. Of course, he did a lot of seva, so he deserved a good rest. But yeah, we everything should be for Krishna. We rest for Krishna, so we're resting up so the next day we can do nice service for Krishna. Yeah, so that we're not so sleepy that we sleep in Bhagavatam class. Like we have an amazing phenomenon that at night devotees are trying to sleep. You know, the lights are out. It's quiet sometimes, and still it's hard to sleep.
Yeah.
But then you come to Bhagavatam class, and as soon as someone says Om No Bhagavate Vasudevaya, it's amazing. In India, they call it the cure for insomnia. Yeah, conk right out. So yeah, we should get enough sleep. So eating, sleeping, of course, mating should only be in marriage, and even then only to beget a child. That's radical. But that's actually civilized society. And now it's so uncivilized. You know, it's so sad. You know, like if a young boy abstains from sex, you know, through his youth, then he retains some innocence. But now the kids are having sex at 14, 13, 15. And the girls also, and therefore there's no innocence. It's because it's such a gross bodily activity. And one also becomes proud, oh, I've had sex with her and her and her, and, or him and him and him and him. You know? Yeah, it becomes crazy. Yeah. So this is the, you know, there's different things that destroy different qualities. Like gambling, that destroys what? Honesty.
Yeah. Truthfulness.
Truthfulness, yeah. And so gambling, intoxication, destroys cleanliness.
Yeah.
One becomes dirty both inside and outside. It's, you know, got all this alcohol, they stink, you know. It's terrible. It's intoxication. Meeting destroys mercy. And illicit sex destroys
Cleanliness and purity.
austerity.
Oh, yes.
Austerity.
Is the intoxication austerity?
No, well, some provinces in different ways,
Okay.
different places, but very clearly, Prabhupada says that austerity, because what is the most austere thing? Yeah. Just like you know, in our society, some, you know, we had a lot of sannyasis that had difficulty, but we don't hear even one falling down because he just had to take intoxication. But they all fell down because of sex. Sex.
Oh.
So that's the most austere thing. To refrain from sex is that kind of. Therefore, Bhishma got the name Bhishma because he took the vow of brahmacharya. And an unembodied voice said, "Your name is Bhishma," which means horrible vow. Horrible vow. Because that's like the heavenly pleasure. So that's the greatest austerity, to refrain from sex. So it destroys austerity. So, yeah. So to hear with rapt attention, one has to be pure in eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. And defense. Prabhupada, or Krishna says in the Uddhava Gita that the best security is to simply be aware, I'm a soul, I'm not the body. Because if you're aware that you're the soul, what can harm the soul? Nothing. People are concerned about security because they think they're their body. Therefore, there's health insurance, there's house insurance, there's dental insurance, there's so many, car insurance, bike insurance. What else? What other insurance? The life insurance. Yeah, sometimes the husband or wife will have one of them killed so they get the life insurance. Yeah, actually, I have one in Miami when I was distributing books there. We had a lot of undercover cops that were friends of ours. They would try to capture people going through drugs. They caught this one lady, she was going through with a watermelon to New York. Then one of the undercover cops said, "Hey, where are you going with that?" "I'm going to New York." He said, "Wait a second, it's New York. In New York, it's watermelon season. Where are you going?" "Let me see that watermelon." Open it up, full of drugs. So they would catch a lot of people. So there's one undercover cop. He told me if someone is a lawyer or a doctor, they could practically get away with murder. They can get away with anything. Or if someone has a lot of money, like our President Trump, he got felony charges. I mean, people go to prison for felony charges. But he's the President of the United States. There's a Kali. He should be in jail as the president. Actually, he even said that one time. Yeah, I'll because he knew he's gonna get caught. Yeah, I'll be president in jail. So yeah, people are very concerned about defense, security. But a devotee is the most secure. No fear. Like someone asked Prabhupada, what is the result of chanting Hare Krishna? And Prabhupada can be very grave. He said, "I have no fear." No fear. Completely secure. Because he was completely aware. He's not the body, he's the soul. So this is the best security, just to be aware that we're the soul. We're not the body. So in this way we can hear with rapt attention. Like we're supposed to also chant our japa with rapt attention. Right? If we have attention and we have, what's the word? Intention. If we have attention, good intention, and if we have good intention, then that means our actions will be good. See, Krishna is interested in our intention. Most people are just interested in the result, but Krishna looks in the heart. He knows what is the intention. So if we have pure intention, then we can have pure action. But it has to be attention. In order to get good intention, we have to get attention. It's like sometimes you might be reading the book, and you read a whole page, and nothing went in. The mind is somewhere else, isn't it? So then what I do, I just, all right, go back, read it again, let's try that again. Try that one more time. It's amazing, the mind is like, and sometimes you read a paragraph, didn't, let's try it again, and then I read once, and then, no, didn't get it, all right, let's try it again. It's like amazing. The mind is such a rascal. So won't it be nice when our mind becomes a devotee? Something to look forward to. Then we'll want to hear. The devotee asked Prabhupada, what does it mean if we're to have good quality rounds? And Prabhupada said something, and he didn't catch it. And then finally Prabhupada said, when you desire to chant not just 16 rounds, but 16,000 rounds, then you know it's good quality, that you want to chant. Now we chant 16 rounds and, well, got that done. So when we actually want to continue, when we want to chant more around, then we'll know we have good quality rounds. So Prabhupada says here in the purport, that they were all self-realized souls. They knew perfectly well how all living beings in the state would be happy, both in this life and the next. They were not concerned with hedonistic philosophy of eat, drink, be merry, and enjoy. That's what most people's mentality is. Eat, drink, be merry, and enjoy. Yeah. But the pure devotees, they know what is actual happiness. Sarva Sukhino Bhavantu. You know what that means? That means our mission is to have everybody become happy. That's a big challenge. Because there's a lot of unhappy people, like millions and millions. But we just keep trying. There's a story of one old man. He was on a beach, and these sea fish, or what do you see it? No, horsefish. Horsefish, you've seen them before? They shaped a little like horse. See, I think they're horsefish, I think they're called. So there's a whole bunch of them. Seahorse. Yeah, seahorse. There were a whole bunch of them on the beach there, and he was picking them up and he was throwing them. I think it was seahorse. Anyway, he was throwing. He would pick one up and he'd throw it. And one boy came by and he saw what he was doing. The boy asked the old man, "Excuse me, mister, but what are you doing?" And the man said, "What's it look like I'm doing? I'm throwing the seahorses back into the ocean. They're going to die out here." And the boy looked down there. He said, "Sir, I don't know if you noticed, but there's thousands of them. They're all lined up there. What do you? I mean, you really think you can make a difference?" And the old man reached down and he lifted one up and he threw it. And he said, "Well, I made a difference there, didn't I?" And the boy said, "Well, yeah, actually you did." And he went and started helping him. One at a time. So it seems like, quite a task, to make everybody happy. But some people are becoming happy by book distribution, by preaching, internet preaching, college preaching. People are becoming happy. There's billions of unhappy people, but there's a few that are getting the mercy and they're becoming happy. Yeah. And this is the result of practicing Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada said, if you're not happy, means you're doing something wrong. It's a natural result. Like one devotee who was feeling a little depressed, and Prabhupada saw that. He says, "Everything okay?" And the devotee said, "Well, Prabhupada, I'm feeling some transcendental depression." And Prabhupada said, "There's no such thing as transcendental depression." He said, you're doing something wrong. Be a little introspective, and if you're doing everything properly, then you'll be happy. That'll be the natural result of practicing Krishna. And this is, of course, the nature of the soul: eternality, knowledge, and bliss. Yeah, everybody wants to be eternal. No one wants to die. It's like there's this one nice boy. I'm talking. He got some books from me over here at downtown Mountain View. Nice boy. He took about 4 books. Gave a nice donation. He was coming to the Sunday feast. He's coming next Sunday. Also, he'll be there next Sunday. But he was saying that yeah, I'm not that much into it. He was chanting rounds too, but he just can't understand how we're the soul. It's hard to understand for a lot of people. Actually, Krishna says, "Lascharivat pasiti kasyena, lascharivat taivacham, lascharivat chanya anyashrunoti, trudyat nivayana chaiva kasyet." He says, some look on the soul as amazing. Some describe the soul as amazing. Some hear the soul as amazing. And some, even after hearing about him, can't understand it at all. That's Krishna. And he's speaking about the soul. They can't understand. Because we grew up in the body conception of life, so we're so conditioned. And we're so conditioned to this, that we're the body. So to grasp that, no, you're not the body at all. Like I was speaking to one boy in the restaurant in LA. I was talking about the soul, how we're actually the soul within. And he said, well, aren't we just a little bit the body? I said, sorry. We're not the body at all. He thought, well, maybe just a little bit. Couldn't catch it. Which part of the body do you want to be? It's hard to catch. That we're the soul within. So, but this is we don't want to die. Why? Because with the soul, we don't die. Prabhupada was, there was an interview taking place I think it was in Mexico. And Prabhupada was explaining how you're not that body. And the lady said, well, whose body am I? And Prabhupada said, well, couldn't get it. Well, not this body. Got to be somebody else's body. Who's like there is ghosts that do that. They go into somebody else's body. So eternality, knowledge. People want knowledge. Not everybody. But people, like when people are kids, they don't want to go to school. Prabhupada, he didn't want to go to school. He actually mother had to hire people. Like 3 people to, he want to go to school. What do kids want to do? They just want to play. They don't want to go to school. Learn, sit in a chair and learn from some teacher. No, I just want to play. Is it? I remember in school, I used to, marbles, I used to play marbles in class. I failed that class. I had to go back again. I didn't want to, I just wanted to play. But generally, when you get older, when we're kids, you just want to play. When you get older, people want knowledge. Therefore, we have about 4 million people in universities in America right now. Yeah. Of course, people are getting knowledge because they want to get a good job. They're not getting knowledge for knowledge's sake. It's like now the philosophy departments are just gradually dwindling to non-existence. Yeah. It's like the Keshava Swami. Told us probably he wanted to go to the university and study philosophy. He said, "What are you going to do with philosophy? What are you going to do with that? Better get business management. Then you don't have to work, and you just manage people." He did that. But then he got the Bhagavad Gita, so he still studied philosophy, and now he's a philosopher. He took his desire to heart. So, eternality, knowledge, and bliss. Everybody wants to be happy. Like there was one devotee, a nice devotee, and we were distributing books together recently in Ljubljana, Slovenia. And he said he would stop people and say, "Do you know what is true happiness?" And people would stop. "No, I don't." "Can you tell me?" He distributes a lot of books. "Do you know what is true happiness?" And he gave an example. He said, imagine you're the only person on the planet. It's just you. And a bird lands on your arm. He said he would tell the people, this bird is very important because you could have a relationship with a bird. Like people have birds, bird cages. So then he would go on to say that relationship is true happiness. If you have a good relationship with people, one or more, then this is true happiness. And the best relationship that we can have is with the Supreme, with God. And that's what this book is about. He sells a lot of books that way. It's nice. Yeah? Do you know what is true happiness? I tried it a little bit, but I wasn't used to it, so it didn't work as well. Yeah, but he does quite well like that. So people don't know what is true happiness. They think happiness is sitting down and watching some, movie on TV, or or going out and getting drunk, or taking some drugs. It's like in 1966. That was when the drug era was really picking up, and LSD was a big thing. And someone asked him, one of the students there asked him, so what is, or one of the visitors, he says, so what is it like to be Krishna conscious? And Prabhupada said, it's like it's like being in an ocean of LSD. He said, all right, that sounds cool. Of course, it's much better than that, but that's the only thing. Prabhupada, I think, was very good. Yeah, he could hit the point. Yeah, that may be attractive to them. So, is there any question or comment?
I wanted to just clarify. So this idea of spiritual depression, it's very much, it's obviously false, right? There's no such thing as spiritual depression. I was curious, like, how does that relate to Vikalamba Bhav, or even separation from like the spiritual master or something like that?
Oh, that's a whole other type of.
Yeah, it's a whole other type. But
Yeah,
in that
that's the
case,
highest ecstasy.
yeah. So how does it still become an ecstasy?
Well, that's spiritual, and the other is material.
Mm.
It's spiritual. Of course, that's, I don't have any experience of that, so I can't. But yeah, because they may be with Krishna. The gopis may be with Krishna, and they're lamenting that Krishna, he's going to leave. Yeah. So they're a little depressed. Oh no, yeah. They're thinking Krishna's going to leave. So it's transcendental. When Krishna's not there, it's actually, the separation makes the heart go fonder. Even we say that. So the gopis, they were depressed because Krishna's gone for so long, but it was a type of ecstasy.
So that's the real spiritual.
That's spiritual depression, because the separation makes the heart grow fonder, and it gets more and more intense, and they start imitating or displaying the different pastimes of Krishna. Yeah. Just get absorbed in Krishna. So it's not really depression, it's separation. The ecstasy of separation. Yeah.
And the entire Davis group joining us live through Suvarnabhindu Prabhu, Kautukana Prabhu.
Hey, Haribo.
Everybody are online.
Deva Vrata Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Welcome back, Prabhu, to the United States of America, the free home of the brave.
Well, there's a few brave here. We're trying to help people become more and more free. Hey, you got a nice place there.
Yeah.
That's the living room?
Yeah, we just need nicer people coming here. That's all. But somehow Punta Carnival is blessing us.
Yeah, you got the blessings of Kota Carnival.
I got the blessings of Suvarnabhindu Prabhu.
I'll have to get over there sometime and visit.
Yeah, definitely. More than welcome. We'll cook a huge feast for you, Prabhu, according to your taste, whatever you want.
Okay, now you got me going there.